Africans. When I came into this country, I realized that I needed the taste of Africa in my mouth.
You have to approach just the way you want to be treated, the way you want to eat. You gotta make sure people do the same. Don't trade them because of money.
See, if you fail to plan, you are equally planning to fail. So planning is critical.
The problem here is a lot of our Liberian stores closed down in this town.
Why?
The reason is our money do not stay in our community.
Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Tommy and thanks for clicking. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to become part of this growing audience. Please also like and share my videos. Thank you. Welcome back again, guys. Hope all of you are doing well. I bring you another inspiring story about a Liberian woman who is married to a Nigerian and are doing well with the African market business they established. Please watch from beginning to end to hear their story. Very detailed, exciting, and informative. So let's get started. Hello, my name is Tommy. What is your name?
Stephen Idahosa.
Oh, Stephen Idahosa?
Idahosa, actually.
Oh, Idahosa, okay. Well, welcome to All Things Tommy.
Okay, nice to see you.
Yes, your shop here when I moved here to Massachusetts 3 years ago at Google African Store. And this place, Taste of Africa, was one of the first that I came to. And I see how the shop has progressed. You are a Nigerian, is that correct?
Of course.
And you are married to a Liberian.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Tell me about this shop. How did this idea about doing business come about?
Yeah, I met my wife already doing the business.
Okay.
And it kind of just aligned that we could work together, you know. So, and then we put that passion into the business. And that's what has been driving the growth you have observed, at the same time, the success that we see all around.
What would you say doing this business has been the most challenging in it all?
Yeah, one, financings, always challenging. The cost of getting funds.
Okay.
You know, even some of the government programs are not easily reachable.
Okay.
You know, and the bank's interest rates are becoming astronomically high. And so it's hard to put savings together, you know, even in the midst of growing bills.
Okay.
So put savings together to galvanize, you know, product into the store. Then at the same time, you have to travel far to get most of the products that are unique to Africans.
Oh, good.
We have a lot of competitors around. You have the dollar store.
Yeah.
You have Walmart. You have Stop and Shop. You have a lot of other grocery stores around. Not talking about the new American stores.
Okay.
You have the Spanish stores. They all sell groceries.
There's a huge competition right there.
Yeah, of course. So there we had to, that enabled us to define our own unique propositions, the things that are unique to Africans. So we had to go far to source for them the things that probably Stop and Shop cannot carry.
Yes.
The things that Walmart cannot carry. And the things that the other Indian stores cannot carry. So that's what we call the taste of Africa. So we have to go look for that taste that resonates with Africans.
Resonate with Africans.
Around here.
So you basically, are your buyers basically Africans, or you have all walks of life of people coming
Of course, we have Africa. About 80% of buyers are Africans.
Okay.
African migrants, not like
migrants. Okay.
African American. But now the African American demographic are becoming part of the entire mix, because most of them are looking for that taste of Africa.
That taste of
so
Africa.
They come here, they buy things, put it together. Sometimes we provide guidance on how they can put some good soup together, and they go try it at home, and wow, they come back, they're happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the African American are gradually kind of integrating into the taste of Africa.
Yeah, even some of the Spanish people, like you said, intermix a relationship. So people are beginning to test each other's delicacies, each other's taste, and so they want to try it out. You know, people are embarked on food tourism. The idea is to get a taste of other continents, and mix it with their own delicacies. Probably they can enjoy a better life. You know, so that's how we have kept going.
Okay.
They're trying to encourage that mix of cultures.
Okay.
Yeah, amongst Africans and across the Caribbeans. So they are looking for, sometimes they come here, they have Googled something, maybe they could use a different term. And so we are trying hard to communicate in pictures. Sometimes what you call it in your tribe, in your tradition, might be different from how we call it in our tradition.
There you go.
So people call me on the phone, say, do you have this? Sometimes I tell them I don't have it. But later I got to learn. I got to learn. Yes,
you have to learn. Okay.
Yeah, that we could have it, but they just calling it, giving it a different term. So by the time we all meet here, we don't realize that we're talking about the same thing.
Talking about the same thing.
But we're just saying it in different ways.
You would have learned from there.
Yeah, from there we learn to have a common name for it. And so from there, whenever they demand it, we make sure we have it.
I always ask this question in many of my interviews, especially when I talk to African people. People have the perception that we Africans cannot own businesses for a long and retain it for a long time. What would you say to that perception?
That what? That African what?
That we cannot retain our business. We cannot create business and hold it for a long time.
Yeah, fundamentally, it depends on what is motivating you to start a business. You can't just get in a business because someone else is doing it.
Okay.
If you have an inner motivation, you understand your inner calling, you know where your strengths are, where your abilities lie. Your strength could be my own weaknesses. My weaknesses could be your strength.
Okay.
So because you are doing, for example, a YouTuber, doesn't make me necessarily successful as a YouTuber.
As a YouTuber,
it has become your passion. It's something because you have your own challenges too.
Yes.
So it's the ability to persevere, to anticipate those challenges and put out a plan to overcome it. That's what makes the success.
Right.
There is nothing easy anywhere. What is more important is perseverance, determination, the inner calling, the passion for it.
So you are saying that
it has to be from you.
It has to be from you.
Yeah.
So you are saying that it's because some of the people that don't succeed lack this kind of
They lack those attributes because those values are critical to the success of business. And above all is honesty. If you are not honest to your customers, you are not honest to the people you are dealing with as a businessman, everybody's going to stay away from you, including the financial institution.
I'm seeing a proliferation of African stores or African businesses.
Yeah.
So you were saying that perception perhaps is beginning to change, that we cannot own our own business and keep it for a long time.
We can't own businesses, not necessarily African businesses, African store. Like the question, if I mean to rephrase it, you said African store or African
businesses, yes.
Or well, the idea of African businesses is still too broad. You can say business owned by African, because I don't know of any African businesses.
African-owned businesses.
Okay, yeah.
African-owned businesses. That we cannot establish a business and keep it for a long time.
Yeah, because I believe that the idea of business, the concept is universal. Business. So there's no one peculiar to African.
Right.
If an African finds himself in Wuhan, for example, and there are opportunity there, and he has a business mindset, he has the passion for business, he has the capital and the relationship for it, I don't see any reason why an African cannot start off a business in Wuhan, for example. So that's why I'm saying when you said African businesses. So what I'm saying in the essence is this. One thing is clear and universal. If you want to do business, whether you are African, whether you're Caribbean, whether you're white or whatever, fundamentally you need skills for business. You need a passion for it. You need to have that drive. You need to have that mindset of success. And you must have done your own plans. A nice plan, because they say if you fail to plan, you are equally planning to fail. So planning is critical. How do I start? What location? What capital do I need? What resources do I need? Do I need people? What professionals do I need? What skills do I have? What are the skills that I need that I don't have? Where do I get it? All these are all plans ab initio. Before you start, these are all plans you have to put in place. Write down on paper or create a mind map of what you want to do. From there you can identify areas where you have strengths and areas where you have weaknesses. And the areas where you have weaknesses, you will advise people outsource it. Give it to people that are masters in it. Don't try yourself in the areas where you are not good. And that brings us back to the issues. That brings us back to the issues of...
1 second.
in areas where you are not strong. So that brings us back to the issues why most African business start, it fails.
It fails.
Why? Because it started based on the perception that because Mr. A is successful, I'm going to have to be successful. Maybe I dress better than Mr. A.
Yeah.
I'm always seeing Mr. A not smart.
Yeah.
I'm always seeing him. So therefore, if he can do that, therefore I can do it.
And you could be taking the wrong direction.
Yeah, it might be also, it might be possible because you can do it, but there are some fundamentals about Mr. A that you probably have not taken time to go find out.
What has been your motivation in this business? What has been your support system?
Motivation,
I know you are married, you have a wife.
Yeah, motivation is the mindset, is service. Basically, the need to provide service. When I came into this country, I realized that I needed the taste of Africa in my mouth. Even if I go to Walmart, I go to other places, I go to get frozen stuff, I still couldn't put together an African meal, an African dish. You know, so I looked around me, it was scarce getting those kind of products here. So as me and my wife began to travel around, we noticed that we found marketplaces in New York, most especially in Philadelphia, where we have an abundant supply of that Liberian delicacies, Liberian taste. Because large gatherings of the Mandingos are more in Philadelphia that I have seen, who are doing businesses. They bring containers from Africa. And of course in New York, I've made friends with a lot of Ghanaians who are equally importing this stuff from Africa.
Right.
And so it don't become a commitment here. We still have kids that are growing.
Right.
Yeah, we can have equally gone into importing all this stuff in large quantities so that people here can sustain that taste of Africa.
There you go. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And it was nice talking to you. I'll go ahead and speak of your wife as well. I know you have to go to work.
Yeah.
So thank you again for today, my brother. What is your name again, please?
My name is Stefan.
Stefan, okay.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Tommy. What is your name?
My name is Mahawa.
Hawa.
Yes.
Welcome to All Things Tommy. So Mahawa, I just spoke with your husband. He spoke about this business well, and I know that others will learn from him.
Right.
So tell me, when was this business established? That's something I had to keep some questions for you.
My aunt used to own the store. She was running it for like over a decade. But she was getting older, and now she suggested to buy her off the business.
Okay.
It was kind of difficult at first because I never really done business like this. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm working for the state. I've been here over 16 years. My salary is getting better. Why am I, gonna leave my job for all this year and come and start a business? Even though I work doing some business in my home, like I'll go to New York, bring things, and especially when the African movie started, I was one of the distributors.
Okay.
And I used to distribute that to African stores. Then I got into other jewelry, fashion jewelry. When fashion jewelry came about, I started doing that. Then I started doing those African blankets. Started doing all of that. When the pocketbook came out, like all the designer bags and stuff like that, I was one of those people that was, buying and doing wholesale. But then my aunt told me to take over the store, I should buy her out. So I talked to my uncle. I was like, what do you think? My uncle said, okay, I think it's a great idea. You're gonna do good. And then we went and did all the paperwork. And she signed, her kids signed, everybody did. We went and notarized everything, and the store became mine. After that, I took it over, in fact, I took it over 2014. I don't want to forget. Yeah, 2014. Okay. I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
Since then, I started very little. And Alfonso was one of those people I used to buy from too.
I mean, Alfonso that interview in
Philly, yes. From Waterside Market.
In Waterside Market, okay. Oh.
So I'll give him that.
Okay.
He was one of those two that really gave me encouragement.
Okay.
And told me exactly what to buy and put in the store, because I had no idea about African market. But he was one of those that I told. When I went and I started going there, he used to call me the choppy girl. So when I go there, I tell him I just took over this store. There are things that I don't know that I'm supposed to put in there. and he would give me honest advice.
Okay.
So I started learning what to put there, and the customer, they helped me too.
Your customers?
My customer, they helped me. Because they would come and tell me, oh, I'm looking for this. And so I don't know it. And then they would tell me, write it down. I write it down and take it.
And then you go and find it.
Then I go and find
bring
it and bring it.
Gradually, you got more of the things that your customers wanted.
Yeah. So most of these things here, our customer that made me knows them. I didn't know
before.
I didn't know some of these things, Dokun, Banku, all these
Ghanaians,
different, and Nigerian too, water leaf. They will come, they want water leaf, they want bitter leaf. It's a food I never eat in my life. I never eat that in my life. But anyway, that's how the business started. Then in 2016, I met my husband. He had just moved here.
Okay.
And he was a customer too.
Okay.
And came to buy, and he, through that we got to know each other. He don't have no family here. Okay. And
Let me be clear, your husband is a Nigerian.
Yeah, he is a Nigerian. Yeah. He was living in Texas. Okay. And he moved from Texas. A job transferred him here.
Yeah, okay.
So, he didn't know anyone, and he saw an African family. You know how we Liberians are. We're welcoming. We like everybody. So, anyway, we welcome him like, hey, anytime you want to chill, come and chill with us, because I have a big backyard in the back, and we usually sit there and with my friends. It's boring when you're in the store by yourself. But anyway, that's how we met. Then, from there, he had been very, very
supportive.
Yes, of the store.
Okay.
I don't do traveling no more. He does all the traveling. He do the selling, like outside selling and inside bringing.
Right. So I'm going to say that I want to ask you, what is your support system? How do you get supported? And you are not talking about your husband. Your husband is a huge part of your support.
Right. No, my husband's a huge part of the support. He came and just, knew that I needed
that help.
And he gave me that help. Every week, every day, he put his time. Like most of my workload, I cut off just because of him. Okay. Doing paperwork, bills paying, like all these things was on top of my head, but he took those things off of me. Okay. So it's kind of easier. My job here is to make sure that things are in the store and make sure that, but the problem here is a lot of our Liberian stores closed down in this town.
Why?
The reason is our money do not stay in our community.
Our money does not stay in our community.
Right.
Okay. Go
ahead. Does not stay in our community. We take our money out someplace else. As what the Spanish bring the money in their community, the Indian takes the money in their community. The Jewish man would take their money in their community. But we're African.
Liberians, you want to say, or African?
Well, Africans, not just Liberian. Because I had traveled. I had seen. I went to Nigeria. I've been to Liberia. I didn't see any different. We don't take our money in our community, especially Liberian.
Go give him his the bottle. That's the bottle.
Yeah, we don't take our money in our community. There's many times Liberians will walk in here and say to me, okay, for example, there's a Liberian girl that walked in here one time years ago. She had just moved here with her kids, and her food stamp wasn't ready yet. It haven't kicked in. She applied for it, but she didn't have it yet. She walked in and she told me, she said, Mom, I don't have anything to eat with my kids. Is it okay for you to trust me? Let me pick some stuff out and take it home, and I will come back when my food stamp is ready to pay you.
Right.
I said, great. Get the basket. Take whatever food that you want. Because because I want you and your kids to eat, right?
Right.
Okay, but Liberian feels like if they come to like a little store like this, and a little, like maybe 50 cents over the price that they're paying to an Indian guy or a Spanish guy, that which means they have to go there. But they forget to know that your 50 cents is going back to somebody in the community that needs it. There are many people I help. Just, they're going holiday now. Someone walking here, and I help them. This is my son. But our people don't realize that if you leave 10 cents or 25 cents in a store, it do go back to another Liberian. All right?
Like Alfonso Ragler said, and if the money comes to a Liberian store, it's definitely an investment into our own country.
Right, it is. It is. Like, for, you know, I can give you a lot of, our people feels like because they come here and they can find this thing, maybe $4 in another store and it's $5 here. If we don't support our businesses, if we don't do that, the other people will be growing and we will not grow. We have to, if you, okay, that's it for example. I'm buying things by boxes.
You're not buying a whole set.
I'm not buying like a pallet. All right?
Like the other people
Like
do.
the other people.
Because they have the money to do
right.
so.
And when you do pallets, you get things lesser than when you do boxes.
Okay.
That's it.
That means
Okay.
your profit margin is smaller
Right.
than buying the whole thing.
Whole thing.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, the oil. If the oil is like, if they're selling it to me for $20, right? But if I buy a pallet, it's gonna be like $10 or $5.
Okay.
All right, because I'm buying a whole lot.
A lot of it, yes.
All right, but my store cannot afford that yet. You know, the business cannot afford that because
That's a very key information.
right, a pallet's price is cheaper. So if I buy a pallet, I can afford to drop the price because I bought it cheap. But if I go and buy it for $20, you don't expect me to come and sell it to you for $20. I have to add at least few dollars to it because I burn gas.
Yeah.
I pay toll.
Yeah, you pay rent.
I did, you know.
You keep the lights going.
The lights is here. My light bill here is like $1,200 a month, and I have to pay it because I have this machine. There's freezer. I have to build the freezer.
Right.
I pay over $10,000 to build this freezer here. Now our people think when they bring the money here, then they're making me richer. You're not making me rich. I could go home, open business, and
hire
other Liberians. The money still stays in the community. A Jewish guy once told me that the reason why Jewish people are successful is because one person don't make money. The money have to go around. So
the Jewish bring the money to the Jew.
The Jew. They bring some money. Okay, for example, if you enter any Indian store, who do you see working there?
Indians.
Okay. If you enter a Chinese store, who do you see working there? If you enter a Spanish store, who do you see working
Spanish.
there? Okay. All right. I had a Liberian lady here that was working for me here, and I was paying her. All right. But right now, it came a time that the store was going down, and I have to let her go until my store can get back to where it was.
Yes. Okay.
It was a Liberian that I had here that I was paying. It wasn't Spanish.
And that Liberian is taking that money, sending it back home.
Back home.
And improving our economy.
Solving problems. Okay.
Yeah.
So Liberians need to realize that, hey, and one of the problems, hey, I'm not against church people. But we need to educate our people how to bring money back into the community.
So you are saying that the churches need to educate our people because majority of people go to Liberian churches.
Liberian churches.
Okay.
Then when it comes here, majority of them only comes here when they're having program and they need to put the flyer up so that people can see it and go there.
Then they bring the flyers here.
Yeah. And some of them I turned it down. Said no. I know you eat Liberian food. I don't see you here buying from me. Where do you go to buy your food? And when I'm having parties and all these things, Liberians, our businesses are not staying. They are complaining that our business, Liberian business, African business don't last longer because we don't have the community to support us. Don't get me wrong, I do have a loyal Liberian. There's a church they call Church of Christ. The old pastor, that man and his wife do not buy food from anywhere but here. They always come here. I do have a loyal Liberians that have been with me from the day I took over, and they're still with me to this day. But our people needs to know that, hey, let's say this thing here is fasting over the price I buy out there, but I know that fasting will go to somebody who hungry will come to that store, or someone who's in Liberia. At this few time, I just took a twin's daughter because my brothers called me in Liberia, said, I met this girl, she got 3 kids, and the father no longer around, she doesn't even know the dad. I want us to help this girl. I got right on board. I said, you know what? I'll start making color, donut, and all these things there, and little by little. And
raise money for her.
Right.
Okay.
And try to put her on her feet to help out the kids. If any clothing, I'm gonna send it there for the kids. I got the picture of the kids and everything. I told my brother, I said, we own that. That's another Liberian citizen I'm helping. You are helping. Do you understand? You're not sending that money to India. To India. You're not sending it to China. No. You are sending it back home. Back home. Helping your own citizens. Right. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Manhawa. I want to, one of the things is that you explained that you have a support system and your husband. You are also make the point that we need to support each other. Right. Liberians need to come to Liberian-owned stores. Right. Okay. What has contributed to your success? Because I know you've been in the business since 2014. Right. When you took over, what has been your success? Is it your passion? Is it your commitment? Well, it's both. I'm very committed to my store. Okay. At first, I didn't have the mind to go into business until I got a friend, and the friend was very business minded. Or whenever he's going to buy his computers and stuff like that, I'll go with him. So he was always a business-minded person. I started to love it more and more, and I saw the way he was going about. Yeah, I'm like, wow, I think I can do that. He said, how? I think you can do it. That's when I went to New York. This is how my business started. People just feel like, I'm coming. This is how my business started. It started on free pocketbook. I went to New York to a friend, and he was running late, and he called his friend and said, I'm running late. Can you please pick up Hawa from the train station? And he did pick me up. But this boy from Guinea, a Guinean boy, and he's selling pocketbooks, all the Louis Vuitton, all the different designer bags. While I was sitting there, I was looking at the bags, and he asked me, he said, take 2 bags, free. I said, okay. I took a Dooney and Bird, and I took Chanel. Okay. That was maybe 2002, around 2002. This is how my business started. This is how your business mindedness started? Not my business mind. It didn't click to me yet. Oh, okay. So I was just happy that I got 2 free pocketbooks, and I came home, took one of the bags to work, and the nurse saw me, and she's like, oh my God, how that bag is so beautiful. I would really love to have it. I said, you really want it? She said, yeah, I want it. I said, $65. She said, okay, I'll take it. I took out my stuff out of the bag. This is how my business started.
Okay.
I took all my things out of the bag and I just poured it in the plastic bag and I gave it to her. She bought it. She gave me the $60 cash. The next day with the same thing with the Chanel, she bought the Chanel for me. That's $120. My business started on $120. Can you believe that?
That's a good point. Wow, that's really beautiful.
From there, I knew people was craving those bags. I did not use that money. I took that money back to the boy, and he gave me that money worth of a bag. He gave me that, and I brought it, and people bought it for me from work. I took that money back. And I turn it over, and today, this is it.
This is it. Wow.
This is the result.
Congratulations, Howard. Congratulations. What would you say to anybody that want to follow your footsteps, that want to have their own business, but they're adapting themselves?
Well, you have to have passion for it. Because business is like a child. You got to feel it. You have to. You can't be greedy and keep it. You have to feed the business. I tell people my money is not in the bank; it's in the store. Business is always hungry, because if you run out of something, you must buy and put it back to bring. Because when the customer don't find what they need, they're gonna go someplace else, and it's hard to get them back. So to someone who wants to do business, make sure it's something that you really love. Yeah. If you don't love it, you're not gonna grow. There are many days I work here. I come in the morning. I leave my son home from 9 o'clock to 10 p.m. I spend a lot of time here because people will call me, oh, I'm on my way. I'm coming from this state. Please just wait for me. I have to wait for them because I don't want people to say, oh, you know that girl store. And you have to make sure your store is open on time. It doesn't matter when you close your store, but just make sure it's open the time it's supposed to open. That's what people know. Yes. How it's going to open at 8 o'clock. Right. Make sure you are open. Make sure you are open. And that's one of the things that I'm very particular with. If I'm leaving someone here, I tell them, I don't care when you close, but open the store on the time it's supposed to open. Okay. It's very important. Very important. To anyone who wants to open a business, make sure it's your passion. And you see, I make donuts, I make challah, I make coconut cookies, I make all my snacks, and everybody comes here for my snack. I'm about to even make challah because people are asking for it. Okay, let me interrupt you. Do you cater? I don't cater. Oh, you don't cater, okay. People just order for me. People order for me? Yeah. Like, when they order, then you do it? I do it. Okay. As having start catering, it's something that I want to look into. Because a friend of mine, her birthday is coming up, and she having a huge party, and her budget is a little bit, so tight. I want to, tight. So I want to step in to help her out. Maybe through that, I'll be recommended, because your work speaks for you. Your work speaks for you. Your work speaks for you. I believe in that. That's why when someone comes here and I tell them my palm oil is the best, or my this is the best, they'll be like, I don't know this bottle. I don't know how I said, listen, if this palm oil destroy your food, bring it to me. I will reimburse it, because I believe in my product. Yeah. Because I eat it too. Someone, they will come back and tell me what I bought from you was very good. So you have to approach just the way you want to be treated, the way you want to eat. You gotta make sure people do the same. Don't trade them because of money. Yeah. You know. Be honest. Your husband talk about honesty. Yeah. Be honest to your customer. Be honest to your customer and treat them right. Okay. You know, there's a love of business. All right. Thank you so much. You've been in the business for right now. Is that you right now? It's only you and your husband. Yes. You don't have any employee yet. I don't have any. So thank you so much for speaking with our camera. I will look forward to talking with you again. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Do you want more of these inspiring stories? Or do you have someone who has a life-changing story? Please connect with me using the above information. Thank you again and see you in my next video.